What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Green Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new preview. This time, it's to talk about Man City versus Arsenal. Before we get to that, let's talk about where the fuck I've been for the past few days. Yeah, I've been real fucked up. I ain't even gonna lie to you guys, I've been real fucked up. Probably since about Tuesday onwards. I've been really feeling pretty fucked. Start with a cold, and then escalated to just high temperatures, and then escalated to a horrendous sore throat, to aches and pains. Basically, it was a full-on fucking flu we've got here. This ain't no bad flu shit. I'll be the first one to hold my hands up and say it's man flu. I'll normally fight my way through a bit of man flu, but no, this is full-on fucking flu. Weird, really, because I only had man flu 2 weeks ago, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. So yeah, that's weird. But lots of people are saying, don't worry, it's just the way the temperature's been fluctuating recently, and I'm just going to take it as that. But thank you, I've had a lot of, weirdly, I wasn't expecting them. I had quite a few DMs from people just wishing me getting better soon and stuff like that. It's like, damn guys, thank you. I wasn't expecting that, but thanks. So yeah, that was really sweet of you guys, particularly the 4 or 5 of you guys that did that. So I do appreciate that. Yeah, that was a real surprise. Some thoughts about yesterday's game. Didn't really make me feel bad. I was watching it like, what is this? A lot of people have reacted quite badly to it. And I think, to be honest, I think why people like the shows that me and Lee do is that we don't always agree with everything that each other say. But I'll tell you what, I think he's 100% spot on in this instance. We're through. That's the most important thing. Quite frankly, I would not give 2 shits if we had 38 games like yesterday's game and we met our objectives. Couldn't care less. And it wasn't a win, but let's be real here. If we won 4-0, would it have made anyone feel any better about what's going to happen on Sunday? No, not really. Not if you're being honest. So I'm not going to certainly lose my shit over yesterday. Job done, we're through to the next round, and that's personally what I care about. Now on to the next, and that is Man City. They are ripping teams up at the moment. I mean, let's have it right. They are ripping teams up at the moment. And Man City actually are really the team in which I think every Arsenal fan would love us to be, deep down. They are the exact opposite to us in every single way, in a lot of ways, in pretty much every way you can think of. They play good football, they play good attacking football, they play the passing game in the correct way, in the efficient way. They spend money on the players that they need to, and yeah, they spend a lot of money, but they buy exactly what they need. If it doesn't work, they don't waste time. The following season, they'll find a replacement for that person as well. Generally, they conduct themselves in a good way. You don't really tend to see a lot of Man City fans talking too much shit. And they're performing really well. They're performing really strongly. They're doing things how I would expect them, how I'd love Arsenal to do. In an ideal world, if I could wield a magic wand, this would be what I'd want Arsenal to be. Just a real attacking force. When was the last time you were looking forward to a big game like this? Don't worry, I'll wait. Because, let's be real here, it doesn't happen. We go into every single big game thinking, oh shit, And it'd be nice for one of these days to not think, oh shit. No, we're going into a side in Man City that have played 10, won 9, drawn 1, and have got 35 points. Sorry, they've got 28 points sitting on the top of the league. And you just think to yourself, how the hell are we going to stop that freight train? How? What are we going to do that's going to stop that freight train? You know, they're already talking about the Invincibles with Man City. And it's that point. And it's that I want us to use that opportunity to say, hold the fuck on. You guys are good, but you ain't no fucking invincible. I wish it garners up, and I'm well aware that there is no fucking invincibles left, but I'll tell you what, we've got at least one invincible coach there. If the Yanks can bring these fucking people together and say, listen, all your fucking selfie sticks, all your fucking hell gel, your various advert deals, your modelling deals, all that shit that you've got, you leave that shit to the side on Sunday. That shit is not important on Sunday. What is important is a positive result. Notice I'm saying a positive result. Because realistically, we ain't beating Man City at Man City. I, as an Arsenal fan, will be absolutely ecstatic if we draw with them 1-1, 2-2. Because let's be real, if Man City do have a weakness, it is that defence. You know, they were comfortably beating West Brom last weekend. And then they conceded 2 stupid goals, and you think to yourself, oh, okay, you guys still have problems in that defence. And I think they do, because they have people like fucking John Stones, who I still don't rate, in that heart of that defence. And I think we can get at them for that reason. The third reason that I don't believe that Wenger... the third thing I would say is that, for me, Wenger is not just about the right system. People will say, oh, maybe we should just ditch 3 at the back. Maybe we should go with 3 at the back. For me, it's personnel. And with that being said, this would be my hopeful 1-11. So for me, it'll be Petr Cech in goal. I thought Matt Makesy did pretty well yesterday. Probably the only Arsenal player that could have come out with any type of credit at all yesterday, which makes it sound like they absolutely peppered the goal. They didn't. He just made 2 really good saves, and that was probably the biggest positive I can say about yesterday. So that kid is really starting to grow and blossom, but come on now, it's City. Regardless of what any of us have said about Petr Cech, he has to go in goal for this game. So Petr Cech goes in goal for me. 3 centre-backs, purely on the basis of what we have available. Now keep that in mind. What we have available. It's going to have to be Mertesacker in the middle, Koscielny as the right of the centre-backs, and Gabriel as the left for the centre-backs. Now, there is a school of belief that because Debuchy is doing pretty well in that kind of centre-back role, there's an idea of, well, fuck Mertesacker. Imagine Mertesacker up against Jesus' pace. That's just asking for trouble. And I hear that. But and that's a lot of the reason why I hope we change the shape in a lot of ways to a 4 at the back, but a defensive 4, a defensive 2 backs of 4. Having said that, I think if Wenger sticks with a 3 as I expect him to, that would be the strongest 3 on paper that we have available. That's what we should go for. In midfield roles, in the wing-back roles, I think it goes without saying, you go with Bellerin, you go with Kolasinac. We don't need to sit here discussing why. Now, here's where I'm going to start pissing people off. But I don't really care. So, Xhaka can sit the fuck down for this game. Can sit down. Don't care. Don't care if he didn't play yesterday, so it's going to be... I don't care. I do not care. And yeah, okay, it wasn't that bad against Everton. I don't care. I do not care. This type of game is all wrong for Xhaka because Pep's teams press. They press very highly. Xhaka likes time on the ball. And that's when he doesn't get that time on the ball is when he gives the ball away a lot. For that reason, fuck Granit Xhaka. I'll tell him to sit down. No, I don't necessarily put Jack in there as a result. No, I don't do that. For me, I put, and I'm sorry, I'm just going to go for it. I never thought I would say this. I'd put El Nene and I'd put Ramsey with the Chelsea performance in mind. And I would grill into Ramsey. Whatever the fuck, whatever spirit you conjured up for that Chelsea game, make sure that Ramsey's here on Sunday. Because we don't want you galloping forward at all. We need the one thing I'll say about Ramsey, that motherfucker will run and run and run and run. And Granit Xhaka doesn't even have that. It's not like he gives the ball away and then he busts a gut to try and get the ball back. So for that reason, I keep Granit on the bench and I play Ramsey and I play El Nene because I think El Nene will be cute enough to play alongside Ramsey a little bit better than, say, a Coquelin will. Just up top, sorry, Mesut, you ain't playing in this game. And I know that make a lot of people mad. And a lot of people were like, oh, fuck off. For me, the reason you don't play Mesut in this game is very, very simple. You need 11 people on the pitch. Not just offensively, but defensively. You know, we're going to need to be defending our positions. We're going to need to have maximum effort. And whether you're the biggest Ozil critic in the world or the biggest Ozil lover in the world, what you cannot deny is that the man has some serious problems when it comes to defending. He's another one that runs a lot more than people give him credit for, I grant you. But the guy, let's just call a spade a spade. The guy's not putting a lot of effort in. And I wouldn't take the chance of playing him and Alexis in a game like City. I just wouldn't. We're away from home. We need to shut up shop. And I don't think Iwobi is necessarily... Iwobi is going to frustrate... That choice will frustrate you guys like, what the fuck are you thinking? But I think he'll give much more effort than Ozil will defensively. Personally, if Welbeck was available, I wouldn't play either of those two. I'd play Welbeck. So that just gives you an idea of what I'm trying to go for here. Next to him, I put Alexis Sanchez. The one thing I will always say about Alexis is that he's industrious. No doubt, probably the day of that I'm recording this, or the next day, there'll be lots of stories, stupid stories about how Alexis has signed a pre-contract agreement, and you know how Alexis has bought a house, was looked at fucking pet schools in Manchester, or some type of bullshit to distract us from that game. I implore on those Arsenal players, particularly Alexis, who if we're being honest, people, we have not seen the real Alexis this season. And people were screaming down my neck when I said that this would be the case. We're now in November. Are we still seeing the real Alexis, people? But I will start him in this game. And then up top, for me, no messing around. Lacazette, who's still an unknown variable. I don't think we get enough service into him. And to be fair, I don't think he played particularly well last weekend. But I do believe that he is the way to go for this game. I think if we do all that, and we have Jesus, maybe, possibly, just maybe, we might be able to scrape a 1-1. I just can't see us beating them. I can't. My honest opinion is it'll be 3-1 to City. That's my honest opinion. But I'll never let that be my official prediction, because you guys know when it comes to... One thing I like to do in my previews is I always try and make it a positive prediction, so that no one can ever say that I'm being negative, or I'm not hoping the best for the team, because I always hope for the best of the team. You know, I won't sit on here and always bitch and moan. I will always try and be constructively honest as I can see it. And I'm trying to be as positive as I can. And if we could do all those things, we are going to need a minor miracle, people. Let's just face it, it's fucking City. They are steamrolling teams for fun. And we're Arsenal. We're Arsenal. So for that reason, yeah, I can only see it being one way, but let's just see what happens. Anyway, people, sorry for how long this preview is. By the time I chop it up, hopefully it should be longer than I think it's going to be. Sorry, hopefully it should be shorter than I think it's going to be, but apologies for the length of this. Do let me know what you think about this. Am I crazy in my thought process? What do you guys think? I can imagine all I'm going to get is loads of comments about how petrified people are. Let me know what your team would be to face City on Sunday. And until Sunday, people, I'll do a review. Hopefully this will hold out. And I'm out of it. Take care. Peace.